Meghan's victory in privacy battle had a hunch dimpled, taken dim view of by public opinion court. Meghan, 40, said her Court of Appeal's success was a triumph for anyone who has ever felt scared to stand up for what's right. Prince Harry's wife took action against the publisher of the Mail on Sunday over articles based on the letter written shortly after their 2018 fairy tale wedding. She claimed Associated Newspapers Limited breached her privacy and copyright by using the words she wrote to Thomas, 77. Upholding an earlier ruling, senior appeal judge Sir Geoffrey Vaux concluded yesterday that it was not necessary to publish half the contents of the letter. But lawyers for Associated Newspapers Limited are considering a Supreme Court challenge in a case which they said raises issues as to the Duchess's credibility. At one point, Meghan apologized to the court after admitting she had given misleading information about her dealings with writers. But in his judgment, Sir Geoffrey dismissed the U-turn and an unfortunate lapse of memory. The Duchess said yesterday her precedent-setting win would reshape a tabloid industry that conditions people to be cruel. Yesterday's decision blocked a challenge by the newspaper group to the High Court's ruling that Meghan's privacy had been breached. During its Court of Appeal challenge last month, the company claimed Thomas wanted to contest remarks made by Meghan's friends to US magazine People. The court heard she accepted she had misled it by claiming in earlier statements she had not cooperated with writers. Her former aide Jason Knauf said he had, on her behalf, briefed the authors for finding freedom. Mr. Knauf said Meghan had written the letter to her father with the understanding it could be leaked. But dismissing the newspaper's demand for a full trial, Sir Geoffrey said the Duchess's apology was an unfortunate lapse of memory. He added, "It does not seem to bear on the issues raised in the grounds of appeal. Whilst it might have been proportionate to publish a very small part of the letter for that purpose, it was not necessary to publish half the contents." He dismissed the newspaper group's demands for a full trial of the facts, saying the issues in Meghan's case were clear-cut and no further evidence would have altered the situation. Senior appeal judge Sir Geoffrey Vaux determined Wednesday that it was not necessary to publish half the contents of the letter, upholding an earlier judgment. Lawyers for Associated Newspapers Limited, on the other hand, are considering a Supreme Court challenge in a case that raises questions about the Duchess's reliability, according to them. Meghan apologized to the court at one point after acknowledging she had misled the court about her connections with writers. Sir Geoffrey, on the other hand, characterized the U-turn as an unfortunate lack of recall. The Duchess said yesterday that her historic victory would reshape a tabloid industry that breeds cruelty. "This is a triumph not just for me, but for anyone who has ever been afraid to speak up for what's right," she continued. "I've remained patient in the face of lies, intimidation, and calculated attacks for nearly 3 years. The courts have held the defendant accountable, and my hope is that we will all follow suit. Because it isn't as far removed from your personal life as it may appear. It might be you tomorrow. These damaging activities aren't a once-in-a-blue-moon occurrence, they're a daily occurrence that divides us, and we all deserve better." The media group's challenge to the High Court's determination that Meghan's privacy had been violated was dismissed yesterday. The corporation said Thomas intended to fight remarks made by Meghan's friends to US magazine People during its Court of Appeal petition last month. She admitted to the court that she had misled it by saying in previous statements that she had not worked with authors. Jason Knauf, her former aide, claimed to have briefed the authors for finding freedom on her behalf.